Yes, I'm here for real. For real. We are talking radical strategies for building personal brands using search engine optimization to increase visibility. Now, guys, if you listen to my day 2 video, which is on the 3rd of December, you must have heard my 7 prophecies or 7 predictions now for 2024 when it comes to authors, writers, and editors. And one of those prophecies was, or predictions, I don't know why I keep saying prophecies. One of those predictions was the fact that personal brands are going to still be on the rise and are going to be such a hot cake. What are personal brands? Businesses that are personal, that are by individuals, right? There are more and more and more people who are going to come into the scene, who are going to get paid to represent brands, to do all sorts of businesses just because of who they are, not about their affiliation with any organization. And this is a time for you to stand out as one. And that's why in this video we are digging deeper into how to actually build a personal brand that can earn and attract clients. And we're also going to, this is more like a 2-in-1 chart, right? So we're going to talk about personal branding, and we're going to talk about search engine optimization and how to go about it, right? Now, the goal of this video is to provide you with strategies that you can use to, especially if you're a freelancer or you're a writer, entrepreneur, or you're an editor, you want to improve your visibility online, how people get to see you, your reach, and also be able to attract high paying clients. This video is for you. If today is your first time seeing my face, welcome to the live stream. This is my 30 days strategy live stream for freelancers, editors, writers, entrepreneurs who are looking at not just getting into the new year 2025 as usual, but actually make the best of the year. We are not talking making plans and resolutions and drawing vision boards. We are talking making sure that you have actionable strategies that can help you achieve those aims in 2025 and beyond, right? So that's why strategies to help you build your personal brand is on the front burner, because see, a lot of people are still missing out in the whole idea of becoming the business. You the business. That's what personal branding is about. Not about you. Yes, you the business can sell your company, can bring the no-like factor, no-like trust factor that your other business who is registered needs. But trust me, more and more people are connecting with human beings that they know, they feel, they know, or they can connect with, and with them they are going to go places. And that's what this video is about. So whether you're a freelancer, ghostwriter, today's session is going to change how you attract clients and how you grow your business. So now I'm going to also give you 2 templates in this live stream, so pay attention, and as usual, bring out your 30 days notes, because from the first day I've been saying it, you can't listen to this live stream and get away. You have to make sure that you're taking notes and you're having actionable points. And if you have been in this live stream more than 2 times, you've been watching from the 2nd of December till now, let me know in the comment section, because you deserve an applause. Yeah, let me know in the comment section if you have joined this session more than 2 times now. That means maybe this is your 3rd session or your 4th session or your 5th session out of all of these days. Let me know in the comment section. And I want to apologize that I'm coming an hour later. This is supposed to be 10 p.m. Nigerian time, but I had to come 11 p.m. Nigerian time, and yesterday we couldn't even have the session. Please, thank you for bearing with me and being out here. We are still going to complete all our sessions, of course. So let's start with part 1, building a personal brand. What is personal branding? I've tried to explain that already, right? The you business is what the personal brand is, and it's all about defining and coming out with who you are, with all your uniqueness and the value that you bring. It's about you not being inhibited. You deciding that this is what I want to sell. Yeah. So, and the first step in building a personal brand is in knowing what makes you unique. See, this thing about personal brand is a little bit spiritual for me, because see, it's about the you that nobody else can replicate. Now, let me give an example. In Nigerian scene, we have comedians, right? We have comedians. Then there's an influx of other types of comedians that are not that are not stand-up comedians, people like Nas Boy, people like Brain Jotter, right? Now, let me even focus on Brain Jotter. I remember when I first saw the guy doing his dance and stuff, I felt like, wait, why is this guy disgracing himself? He doesn't seem funny to me, right? So his kind of comedy came out like weird, like everybody just wants to do this thing. But today, he's a multi-billion-dollar brand. In your personal branding, nobody's going to ask you, what did you study? What is your real name? People will have to do research to find all those. But it is what you project and what you offer by your personality, by your vulnerability, by your flaws, by your excitement, by your uniqueness that people are going to buy into. And like I said, one of the predictions for 2025 is that there is going to be an increased rise in patronage of personal brands. So what is that thing that makes you unique? Now, let me tell you how to find what makes you unique. First of all, number one, what are the skills that you have that you can offer? That's one distinguishing way you can that's not something you need to identify to help you discover your personal brand. Number two, remember I said we are writing down, right, in this session. What problems do you solve for your clients? What kind of problems do you solve for your clients, right? Number three, what is your niche? We've talked about this in previous videos. So if you're still like wondering what's a niche, what's that, please make sure you circle back to watch the previous live videos right here on this channel and get to know. Now, the next thing I want you to think about when you're thinking of building your brand is, what is your unfair advantage? I'd like to explain this further. See, you can find the skills you offer. Other people are offering it as well, right? There are other people doing the same things. What problems can you solve for your clients? It always comes from your skills, and other people are also doing it in that industry. What is your niche? Few other people might also be in that industry, but see, don't play with this. Your unfair advantage is that thing that you have that makes you different from all of the other people who are competing with you in the first part. So it could just be that you're a stay-at-home mom who lives in West Africa, right? That might just be your unfair advantage. It might be that you have quadruplets. That might just be your unfair advantage that will add some spice to your skill and your niche and what you're offering. It could just be that you are a medical doctor who left nice. One Word Music, well done, from Netherlands. Thank you for joining the stream. Abby Rees, welcome for joining the stream. Let me know where you're watching from, Abby. Okay, I'm streaming from Nigeria. Hi, welcome to the live stream. Minicast, welcome to the live stream. So we are talking radical strategies to getting your personal brand on fire, like using SEO and all that. And I have said, what is your unfair advantage? Could be also that you were a medical student who practiced medicine after school and then decided to abandon it to become a content creator. Now, how does that make you? How does that become your unfair advantage? People can trust you that, this guy is a doctor. This guy this guy understands study. This guy is deep. This guy is a hard worker. This guy is an academician. This guy, understands, physiology of humans. But now he's bringing that skill to YouTube, for instance, if you're a YouTube content creator. And it will make some people who are in that line, who are in the sciences and all that, to trust you more, to listen to you, because they feel connected to you as a doctor first, before being a content creator. So I want you to understand what your unfair advantage is. Okay, Minnie, you're watching from Iran. Oh, great. Welcome from Iran. I'm so excited, guys. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so I hope you understand what I mean by your unfair advantage. Now, for example, I'm a ghostwriter, for instance. I'm a mom of 4. I'm a bonus mom of 4, and I've been writing and editing for 15 years. I own a company for 15 years. I also have been a blogger, an influential one, for over 12 years. Services do I prefer for my clients? I help them get clarity on their book journey. I help them create books from start to finish. Like, they don't need to write anything. I help them create the idea, onboard it. Culture, welcome to the live stream. Watching from North Africa. Oh my gosh, welcome. Right. So yes, what you bring to the table differently is amazing. So for instance, I describe myself as a ghostwriter who specializes in turning entrepreneurs' stories into best-selling autobiographies, memoirs, or academic works. So that is so distinguishing. So people look at you and say, oh, okay, I'm sure I know exactly why I should get to her when I need her services. Now, let's look at the second step. How do you create this brand identity, this personal branding that you can remain consistent? How do you make sure that if somebody just sees you, they know they can identify you easily, right? So your brand as a person is not just what you do, like your skills and your job and all that. It's also how you present yourself. Like Brain Jotta, I like to use him as a case study in this live stream. Brain Jotta is a Nigerian comedian. He has a weird dance called the Emeka dance. I mean, he's taking it to places like China, where a Chinese company producing cars with all their staff are dancing it. Celebrity Chinese people we are dancing it. I mean, you can go check him up on Instagram and look at that Emeka dance. Like, that dance is like in my own lingua, is like a mumu dance. But Brain Jotta has exported it. He has made it himself. And so it's not just about what you do, but it's about how you present yourself to be. If you look at Brain Jotta, for instance, he has a signature green long sleeve that he wears to do his dances, and now that uniform has been exported to everything that he does. So when you see a green long sleeve, you're thinking of Brain Jotta. You get what I mean? This is so powerful. How do I explain this for you to understand? You can decide. It's your intentional art to distinguish yourself among every other person and stand out. So now, what makes up your brand, what makes your brand to be consistent is, number one, your tone, how you sound. Like, there's a woman we just discovered online. I am actually, we're just going through Instagram. We found a woman who speaks in a very authoritative way, like fact. And so I watched one of her videos. Her videos are not more than 15 seconds or 30 seconds at most. None of them was up to a minute, but she just talks about life things, straight to the point. And before I know what was happening, I had watched over 25 posts of hers before I followed. She had this characteristic thing about her. Her style was the same. She doesn't smile. She's very straightforward. So just like a mom who is hard to please. That's her persona. So picking your tone is very important. Her tone is very authoritative. She doesn't sound friendly at all. She sounds like she's warning you. And it was consistent across all the 25 or so videos I watched. So choosing your tone is important. Whether you're a formal person, you have to maintain formality. Whether you're a friendly person, you have to maintain friendship in your videos. Whether you're even quirky or weird, it has to reflect. So if you're funny, carry it along as your signature tone. The number two thing that you have to ensure to make sure that your personal brand is consistent is that the colors you use for when you do your banners, when you set up your page, the fonts you use, the color you use, the logos that you form, it has to be consistent across all brands, so that people just see that picture or that logo or that symbol, they just know that, oh, okay, the way you look at Nike, you just know, oh, this is Nike, oh, okay, this is Louis Vuitton, all of that. You have to have a personal visual that is associated with you. It could be how you make your hair. Like, let me give you an example of a Nigerian musician, gospel musician like Moses Bliss. If you see that haircut, even from afar, even in your dream, even if it's another person that barbed it, you're going to first of all assume that is Moses Bliss. You get what I mean? It's about visuals, how you want people to see you. Remember, personal branding is about how you want people to see you, how you present yourself. Again, and you can easily create a portfolio of yourself. You may be using Canva, create stunning graphics with the colors you want, your tone and everything, so that even you can decide how you want to come off and school yourself with it after you're done branding yourself. Now let's go to step 3. When you become a personal brand, one thing that will make you an authority and make you stand out is the kind of posts that you post on social media, on your WhatsApp status, on your this. You have to share content that people can work with, actionable content, value-packed content that people can take away and use, and people can take away and quote you on. People can take away and tag you when they do that thing because they heard it from you. You know what I mean? You have to create posts that are actionable, that are value-packed. You can come up with a blog, because every personal brand has a platform. You can't be a personal brand when you don't post anything. It's not possible. So first of all, we have talked about this, but let me just mention it in passing. You have to choose a platform or two where you have your content heavily being posted and being marketed. Very important. Content marketing is the key, remember. So you can write blogs, you can use LinkedIn to write your consistent posts, you can make short form videos, for Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, right? So don't play with it. You have to make posts on platform that people can find you and find your whole body of work, right? And when you're creating those kind of posts, you must make sure that your posts are sounding remember I said actionable, in a way that your people watching you can relate with it, right? Meanwhile, if you're watching me and you haven't still subscribed to my channel, please, this is a good time to subscribe. Tap the subscribe button. Culture, I'm talking about e-commerce, not really, but it applies to e-commerce as well, right? So I'm not really talking about e-commerce, I'm talking about personal branding and SEO, right? So if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, like the video, share with someone else also who is awake and who can listen to join us. Now, so you create posts like 3 reasons why every entrepreneur needs a book to grow their brand. Like, since that's what I do, I've used that as an example. 3 reasons why 5 ways you can self-edit your book, before you get a professional editor, things like that will help members of your community that they can take away and use. That's what I mean. Now, I'm using that example because I provide book services and content services for entrepreneurs, right? Now, there are certain tools you can use like ChatGPT. Oh, I think I'm going to do a whole session on ChatGPT. See, no matter how much you think you use ChatGPT, guys, we haven't scratched it. That tool is way more powerful than we think or we want to even accept, right? So you can use tools like ChatGPT to generate ideas. Then you can use that to write your post. You can also refine and proofread your work after writing. If you struggle with the language, you can use Grammarly to fine-tune your writings, make them better to read. Let's get into step 4. How do you make people trust your personal brand? You use something we call social proof. Social proof is when people who have encountered your brand can actually say, oh yeah, I love this brand for this reason. I have worked with them for this reason. I worked with her for this reason, right? So how do you build this social proof? That's what we're looking at in this 4th part. Because at the end of the day, people trust what others recommend. People trust what others recommend. See, think about yourself. Most of the services you use, the supermarket you go, the barber you use, most times is a friend or someone you look up to, or somebody you even see on social media who made you try it out, and then you're stuck. People trust what other people recommend. And see, that's why personal branding will continue to be on the rise, because people trust real people. Have you wondered why, if you have a personal a company page like on Facebook and you're trying to build it, you're doing ads, it's not going to grow as fast as your personal page? Because see, people don't really connect with logos and a group of staff and all that. That not will make them give you money. But when they interact with you all the time, you share with them a day in your life, what you're doing, how you failed, a funny thing that happened to you on your way, how your home looks, the decoration you just did in your sitting room, why they're promoting your skills as well. They feel like they know you. They begin to feel like they're your friend for real. So that way, nobody who offers something equivalent to what you're offering can get them, because they just feel like, no, it has to be this person that I can work with because I know them. I know sometimes that I even struggle with remembering that some people that I'm rooting for, I haven't really met them. Some people I'm even calling my friends, I have not still met them. We just have been online for years, right? So to build social proof, you need to collect testimonials and reviews from people who you have worked with. See, that thing sells like wildfire. Especially when you want to attract personal brands. See, guys, don't play with this. Get testimonials from people who have worked with you, and please don't doctor it. Don't go and write your own. Don't use ChatGPT to create a testimonial that does not exist. No, don't do that. Get from real people that people can actually call and verify. See, it works, right? Now, I know several people who have used testimonials and landed more deals, including me. And my online course in 2022 that I started, I have an online course where I train editors who are starting the business of editing and proofreading as an agency or as freelancers. And my gosh, when I began to share the testimonial from the first set of people who learned from me in 2018, the course took fire. People could pay. People could say, oh, okay, and they could stake their money at it. Now, let's go to the second part, how to use search engine optimization to increase your visibility as a personal brand. Now, search engine optimization makes it very easy for you to be found online. It helps you to attract clients also online. Now, and they include using keywords that are related to who you are attracting, keywords that are related to the offering, to the services that you're offering, keywords that explains who you are in a way that somebody looking for your services will find you, because that's the way they are going to search for you. For instance, the first time I got into the Nigeria, and I wanted to have my makeup done, I didn't know anybody, and I didn't just know who to ask. I didn't even have a girlfriend I could ask and say, okay, you live in Uyo, right? Can you recommend someone? I went to Instagram and I typed hashtag makeup artist in Uyo. I actually said MUA artist, MUA in Uyo, the makeup artist, and I found a couple of pages. I went through them, looked at their portfolio, the work they've done, and I chose one. And that was how I went there all the way to look for the lady. Incidentally, where I was staying and where that lady stays, now that I know the city very well, is like night and day. But that's the only one I found, and I insisted on it, and that's where I went to. So if you run a church and you're in Uyo, for instance, and you're not using keywords like churches in Uyo or Uyo churches in your hashtag and all that, you're doing yourself a world of disservice. So the same thing with your business. If you're an entrepreneur writing memoirs for business owners, you should use keywords like, and also phrases, that explains who you are in a way that people are looking for you. For instance, best ghostwriter for entrepreneurs. It should be part of your writing. Affordable, if you're affordable, right? Affordable book editor in Nigeria. Ghostwriter for Fit Farm, mommy blogger for brands, whatever. You have to use those keywords and phrases that people who are looking for exactly what you are or who you are will find you. If people are looking for influencers, small influencers in a particular city, they're going to type small influencers or micro influencers in New York City. Yeah, so if what you have been writing on the internet or on that space where they are searching doesn't have those keywords, they may never find your post to be able to contact you. So keywords are so important for personal branding, right? Now, step 2 on how to use search engine optimization. You have to go and look at your website again or your portfolio and make sure that you include these keywords about who you are. For instance, to put something like professional ghostwriter on your website, put something like editor, non-fiction editor on your website, so that people who land on your website, people who search can land on your website. You can use tools like Yoast SEO on WordPress to include that in your website. Also, let your blog headlines carry your keywords. Yeah. Also, the meta descriptions in your blog or even on LinkedIn, I use my alt text properly. Like, I don't play with it. Your alt text image, when you upload an image, you see an alt text, tap it and put in what the banner or that picture or what that post is about in details. You'll be shocked how that draws attention to that post. These are how to optimize your platform or your portfolio or your website. Now, the third part of using SEO is how to create keyword rich content. When you're writing your blog post, your social media post, don't play with how to post. Don't play with listicles. By how to post, I mean post that explains to people that you're an authority in that field. Things like how to write. For me now, remember, I'm a ghostwriter, I'm a publisher, I'm an editor, so I'm using examples like mine. How to write a book that builds your business in 2025. Now, this title is hot, especially now in December 2024. This title is hot. How to write a book that builds your business in 2025, right? 5 editing tips to make your manuscript shine. This will be very important for writers, who are looking at submitting their work to a publisher or stuff or getting published, all of that. So create content that are rich in keywords. Because look at that keyword, how to write a book that builds your business. Book is there. Write a book is there. Build your business is there. 2025 is there. So everything you're targeting, the people that you're targeting, business owners you're targeting, can be targeted by build your business. If people start how to build their business, they're going to find that post. If people type how to write a book, they're going to find that article, that blog post. You get what I mean? Now, tools you can use to find ideas of keyword-rich content are, of course, the usual Uber Suggest. Uber Suggest, UBER Suggest. You can use Uber Suggest. You can use Google Keyword Planner. Yeah, use Google Keyword Planner. You use them to find trending search terms that people are searching, so you know exactly how to pitch your content. The other thing to do when you're trying to leverage search engine optimization is also use local search engine. So don't just write ghostwriter, the best ghostwriters, whatever. Also leverage your location. Hey, if you're in Nigeria like me, you add your location SEO. For instance, ghostwriter in Oyo, ghostwriter in Lagos, so that people who are also searching for you within your city can find you. So assuming you're doing hashtags after your post, as after writing the best ghostwriter in Nigeria, ghostwriter this, also have ghostwriter in Uyo, so that people who are within your location can find you, right? Also register on platforms like Google My Business. Very powerful tool. Google My Business is so cool, right? So that you can appear in your local search results when people are searching for you. Another thing is, now let's talk about how do you get yourself into people's good books that will make them feel like, oh, I want to work with you. How do you pitch yourself to clients, to brands effectively, right? So you have decided on your persona, your services you offer. Sorry, excuse me. This always happens to me on live stream. I don't know why. So you decided on your persona, your skills, your unfair advantage, and all that. You know exactly who you want to serve right now in that saturated industry or not. How do you now get people to know you when they didn't know you before? One thing you should avoid doing is don't send general messages. Don't do it. Tailor your messages to specific people who you're looking for. So you have to consciously go look out for the businesses where your kind of clients are. For me, that talk to entrepreneurs or write books to entrepreneurs, I have to consciously look for entrepreneurs at the level of people that I want, those who are interested in leaving a legacy, becoming authorities in their field, documenting their legacy. I mean, very important. Those are people I should look for, who want to become authors, but they don't have the time. People who are entrepreneurs already. People generally that will need my services, my book services, right? That will say, oh, this is an answered prayer. I don't need to write anything, and I don't need to keep wasting time. I should use her services already to get my book done and published and printed, right? Now, for example, if you're pitching yourself to a business owner, for instance, mention how having authoring a book can position them as their industry leader, right? So that way your pitch is targeted at the pain points of your client in a way that is easy to convert that person. But if I send you general messages and a student gets it, the student is wondering, how do I become an industry leader? I'm not even in the industry. I don't know what the person is talking about, right? So don't waste your time pitching to the wrong people. Now, also learn how to write cold messages, cold email messages. See, I used to do this a lot. Don't think that, okay, it has to be only people that you know, or people who follow you on social media. Write email address, get people's email addresses and write them introducing yourself and what you do. But your email has to be straight to the point. It has to be clear, free from ambiguity, and it has to be compelling, right? Let me give you a template that you can use to write. Are you ready? Get ready. Template number 1 that I'm giving you. This is called, let me call this cold email template, right? And how to make it, and this is a template that will help you make it irresistible. So the first thing you should start with is a subject line in your email, of course. Let your subject line tell exactly what you do. For instance, I could say, if I'm the one, I would say helping you grow your brand through storytelling, right? Something like that. And this storytelling I mentioned just reminded me of a Nigerian influencer called Dr. Ella. She lives in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. She wrote a book early this year, and launched it and sold it, called Story Selling, because she's a storyteller. Really, she's amazing. Like, she writes stories every day, and I don't mean abstract stories. I mean stories that are her experiences. You could feel like you know her. I have never met her in real life, but I'm talking about her like I know her. I know all her children, I know her husband, I know her stand on things, I know her value system, because she shares quite a bit, right? So anyway, so your storyline has to be targeted at be telling of what you are offering. So if I say helping you grow your brand through storytelling, it already tells the person, open this email and read, because you'll be interested. So number one is subject line. Your subject line has to be filled in with what exactly you're offering them. Then the body, subject line, that's number two, body. On the template, the second part of the template is the body of the letter. In the body of the letter, there are 4 things that you need to pay attention to. After your subject line, introduce yourself, right? So use this format. Hi, include your name. You put whatever you do. So I would say I'm a ghostwriter and publisher who specialize in helping entrepreneurs and busy executives turn their stories and their industry process into books that can grow their business and legacy. Can you see? So introduce yourself in the same way, using what you do, using your name and what you help them do. That's number 2. So after subject line, body. The first part of the body is introduce yourself, right? After introducing yourself, the next thing you should do is highlight their own needs. You would have researched these people, you know them already, you have decided that you want to serve them, and you've gotten their email address, so you should know a little bit more about them. So highlight their need. Now, I could say something like, I noticed you're building a strong online presence, and have you considered writing a book to establish yourself as an industry authority? Or have you considered writing considered writing a book to establish yourself as a memorial in the minds of people, in the minds of your children or your family, or to leave a lasting legacy so that will never be forgotten because of all the greatness you have acquired? You have to pinch them. You have to let them know that you understand exactly what their need is. That's what I'm saying. So with this method, use it in your, put in your own industry. I noticed you're building a strong online presence. If they are building online presence, if not, you tell them what you've noticed that they are doing. So I noticed that you run this organization, or you've noticed that you're doing this, depending on where your source of knowing them is. Have you considered, you put what you do, writing a book, building a house, whatever, to establish yourself as what you put, right? Number 3 thing to do under the body is offer the value that you bring. So I could say, I've worked with, you mentioned the name of a client, right? And help them publish a memoir or an autobiography that boosted their speaking engagements by 200%. I would love to discuss how I can do that for you as well. I've worked with, in brackets, you insert the name of an author. So I can say the name of a previous client. You can say, I worked with Dr. Tibiaka and helped him publish XYZ. So you mention what you publish. Remember, you add what you offer. I'm just giving an example with mine. And tell them how that thing you help them do, like publishing their memoir, helped in an area of their lives, right? Like for instance, I have a client now, I can say I helped him to edit his PhD thesis that finally led him to being awarded the degree, because even before that time he was already being assessed, but his work had so many structural issues and context issues that he couldn't get the final letter of conferment of the degree until I edited it. And just today he sent me the award letter and everything, and a congratulations from his VC saying finally he has a degree. I mean, that has boosted him from just being somebody who had a master's degree for a lot of years and has been doing his PhD non-stop. Now today he has it in his bag, and you can now tell them how you can help them achieve the same. Now you now end the body of your letter by saying, can we schedule maybe a call, a 15 minutes chat, a meeting next week, whatever it is that works for you, you insert it there. Remember, a template is to guide you. Now also ask them whether they'll be available for that time that you're proposing, right? That's the end of the template. Use this and you'll never go wrong. Never. right? Play back this video to get everything I explained so that you can get it all written down in the best possible way. Now, let's look at how do you push, because another thing is you can market yourself, tell people about what you do, and they show interest. Some say, okay, I'll get back to you. Some will say, oh, I'm interested. Then you send them a brochure or something and they never get back. Now, where the real money is in the follow-up. So how do you follow up people without feeling like you are being too pushy or make them feel suspicious of you, that you are looking for their money, right? Number one, send a polite follow-up after that email. Send them a follow-up after between 3 to 5 days. Send them a follow-up saying you need to hear. That is if they've not replied to your message, if they didn't get back to you, you follow up after 3 to 5 days to say you wanted to know how they are doing. This is the second template I'm giving you, the follow-up template. Are you ready? I'm going to just write a sentence, or rather 2 sentences that you can use to edit and add your own stuff to it and send across. First, hi, you mentioned the name of the person. So, hi, Dr. Chisom. I'm coming back to see if you had a chance to look at my previous email or to review your previous voucher, or to look at my business card, whatever it is that you had offered them before that I thought they should have looked at and gotten back to you. You mention it. I would love to discuss how I can support you and your goals. Let me know what works for you, or let me know how you want it to be, whatever it is. But this is a template that you can use right now to follow up on the people you have already marketed yourself to. Right now, I'd like to hear from you. What has been your biggest challenge in building your personal brand? What has been your biggest challenge with pitching your value to clients and landing deals? Drop your questions in the comment section and your comments, and I'll answer them when I am offline, of course, real life, checking it up. So we have already learned today how to build a personal brand, how to use search engine optimization to increase our visibility, our personal brands as well, and how we can pitch ourselves effectively to clients. If you're ready to take the next step, here is your challenge. Are you ready? Are you ready? Go now and change the bio of your Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, any social media platform that you belong to, the YouTube bio. Go and change it so that it can be pitching one client, so that you can be pitching to the ideal client that you're looking for. Now, again, remember to use the client template I gave you to come up with the number of clients you want to reach out and send that to them. Please don't sleep on this. If you found this session very exceptional, very radical, very, very, very needed, subscribe to my channel for more. Join us the same time, 10 p.m. Nigerian time, tomorrow for another amazing session, and we're going to explore even much more. Promise me you'll be there, and I will see you pretty soon. Thank you for everybody joining. Damian, Culture, One World Music, Minicast, Abby Rees, Architect Tibaka. Thank you all for joining and dropping comments. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.